And it's time for the marketplace with me, Charles Ait. Just gone by has been the vetting of the special prosecutor nominee, Kisi Jabin. Of course, the parliamentary select committee on this is currently on a break. When they return, we shall take you live to Parliament. But in the meantime, here are some headlines that we're following up for you. The Ghana Stock Exchange to launch digital infrastructure for accessing the market. We'll tell you more, especially in this particular light of digitalization. Also, Ghanaian Indian investors converge at the Business Expo for business engagement. We examine its impact on Ghana-India trade relations. We have all these stories and more coming up shortly after this break. This day. Hello and welcome, I'm Charles Ait. Now, the Ghana Stock Exchange is in the final stages of developing digital infrastructure to allow potential investors and fund managers access information and also make listings. This is part of measures by the exchange to increase investment in the market and also make it easily accessible for all. The managing director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Eko Afeti, disclosed this at a workshop for pension fund managers in Accra.
The workshop by the Ghana Stock Exchange and the National Pensions Regulatory Authority was aimed at attracting companies offering pension schemes and fund managers to consider listing pension funds on the stock market. This is an initiative that will deepen transparency between regulators and dealers. According to the Managing Director, Eko Afeti, it has become very necessary to use the fintechs in promoting activities of the bears. He disclosed that work has been finalized to open an online channel to help investors access the market with ease.
Another thing that we're trying to do is to improve the infrastructure of the market, which is also one of the pillars in the capital market plan. So what are we doing? One of the key things that we are doing is collaborating with fintech companies in order to develop very convenient digital solutions. We want to take the exchange to the doorstep of the investor so that the investor can just pick up a mobile phone and be able to invest through his broker anytime T, be able to access the market for information at any time T. And that is what we want to do as quickly as possible. Come in 2-3 weeks' time, we'll be launching one of them at maybe this place or the exchange. So that's one of the key things I want to do when it comes to infrastructure.
Meanwhile, Reverend Daniel Gbamitete, in a welcome speech, assured pension fund managers that Ghana's capital market has become the most trusted channel for raising funds and investment. He called on institutional investors to consider the market as a means of contributing to the growth of the Ghanaian economy.
It's not all doom because, like I said, within this period, 12-year period, 6 years, the market has been in the red. So it's possible if you take your time to do your analysis, your technical analysis, your fundamental analysis, you will be able to pick stocks that with time you would see that they would return some interesting returns to the portfolio. Now, today, if you look at what a fund manager or an analyst would typically look at in determining how cheap the market is, it's very clear that it's a very great time to consider investing in the market. So for instance, we like to talk about the price-earnings ratio. If you look at the market price-earnings ratio, is 5.4 times. Great. If you look at it for the banking stocks, it's even more exciting.
The Ghana Stock Exchange is hoping to be the preferred choice for raising funds for businesses in the country.
You're still watching the marketplace. Even as global petrol prices become evenly low across the global market, petroleum analyst Dr. Yusuf Suleiman is calling for the National Petroleum Authority to clamp down on oil marketing companies that are not complying with the deregulation laws. He spoke early on with me yesterday on the marketplace.
The geopolitical side is something that nobody has control over. I'm talking about the crude oil prices. So it's always good for us to have a backup in the sense that we have to have, something that will cushion us at any point in time. But going forward with respect to these prices, I think the onus will lie on MPA, because what we normally notice is the fact that there's a little bit of inertia, and I think you attest to that. When the oil prices are dropping, we don't see our marketers or PSPs, reducing that much when it is increasing. That is a fact. And I think what our, NPA, and that is a function of NPA. NPA has to ensure that if you are doing deregulation, then we must make sure that the deregulation is adhered to. Whatever where the oil prices are, we have to stick to that, and we make sure that we help. Going further, but I think I'll commend our marketers. Some of them are doing so well, and you're right. As at the time, oil prices almost hit 77. In fact, there was a chance that they could increase, but they held onto their guns just to wait and see.
You're still watching The Marketplace, and let's now talk SMEs, because Ecobank has partnered a French finance institution, public finance institution house, to exert specific knowledge when it comes to the SME sector. A finance expert and former technical advisor to this particular end of the Ministry of Finance, Sam, has also launched a book in this regard. We shall give you details on what this book launch is all about. But of course, let's get our thoughts on this particular story regarding the Finance Ministry's launch and a book to assist by some mentor in advocating a national consensus to approach a solution to address Ghana's rising debt stock. Let's get back to our early story regarding Ecobank Ghana and Proparco, the public finance institution I was talking to you about from the French government. They've signed a 50 million cedi partnership agreement to support micro, small and medium enterprises recover from the effects of COVID-19. Now, the partnership is part of the Choose Africa and Arise initiatives, which will pave way for Ecobank to offer loans at competitive interest rates to the MSMEs and create in excess of 50,000 jobs across the country. Dan Sake is Managing Director of Ecobank Ghana.
At Ecobank here and our friends from the media, good morning and welcome to Ecobank. It's my singular pleasure to be here this morning. It's an important morning because it's one of the things we don't do very well, that is to tell the story of some of the things we have done in this area of helping MSME. So we are trying to correct that. Okay. And I think most fora, most publications have talked about the role of MSMEs, how they catalyze, how they influence, how they help the economy grow. So anything that we do to support that is really important in the sense that we are then trying to drive, we are then trying to galvanize the economy and the various linkages that comes with it. And this is particularly important because at a time when we are still living with not just the after effects of the pandemic, but we now are seeing a third wave and in some places even a fourth wave. So it is important that businesses that had the shock of the pandemic and are still trying to rebuild, but today have not even finished rebuilding, and we are still seeing another wave. So when you bring it to the day-to-day lives of these businesses, not only have their markets been affected, not only have their production capacity been affected, not only have their finances been impacted, but then they have to deal with still the ongoing effects. So any support in that direction is really coming at an opportune time. And when I talk about what we are doing today, our partnership with Arise goes back since 2015. Okay, even though we signed in 2015, it was really operationalized in 2017. And over the period, we've been able to put out there annually roughly around 100 million cedis loans, specifically on an annual basis to SMEs. And this is looking at roughly 100,000 SMEs.
Well, that was Dan Saki there. Let's now bring in country representative for Proparco Ghana, Pascal Kouasi, who says his outfit is happy to partner Ecobank to roll out this new initiative, specifically designed in response to the COVID-19 crisis, which has ravaged several businesses.
Mr. Kingsley Adofo-Addo, head of SME banking of Ecobank Ghana, distinguished partners, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor and privilege to be part of this signing ceremony. First of all, I would like to thank the Managing Director of Ecobank Ghana and his team for hosting us for this signing ceremony. To commence with, the partnership between Proparco and EcoBank Ghana is a long-lasting partnership. Proparco granted several guarantees to EcoBank Ghana. On top of that, Proparco also granted several loans to ETI, the mother company of EcoBank Ghana. With regard to Proparco activities, I'm pleased to remind you that Proparco is a subsidiary of Agence Française de Développement. Agence Française de Développement is a public financial institution fully owned by the French state and in charge of rolling out the international development policy defined.
Away from that, the Ghana Indian Trade Advisory Chamber, together with its partners, are coming together with a special initiative to attract investors into Ghana from both sides. It's called the Business Expo event, which will come off in August to boost India-Ghana trade relations. Well, to help us understand the issue, which is across 4 thematic areas: consultancy, trade, training and advisory services, Dominic Odo-Enchi joins us via Zoom. He's with GITEC. Dominic, we're so grateful that you joined us. What exactly prompted this particular convergence of both Indian and Ghanaian investors under this trade expo?
Okay, we realize that there is the need for Ghanaians and, for that matter, India to start doing some serious business. I mean, after COVID or still in COVID. And now the chamber has a strong representation in 19 countries. So wherever Ghanaians are, we have Indians also there. So we bring in people, or very special people, from Dubai, from Canada, and also from South Africa, and then the US, to trade or to talk about how Ghanaians and Indians, and for that matter, all these countries I've mentioned, can do good business. And we've invited some specialized people who can also straight away invest into some Ghanaian businesses, because we need a booster at this time.
So finally, what should prospective investors be expecting out of this event?
All right. So those who in agric, we're actually going to do some specialization here. We want to help women in agric, especially women in agric. We want to actually lift that sector up with some investment. Those who are also into small-scale businesses, they should come around. We want to talk about blockchain, cryptocurrency, and all those other currency business that is going to come up in Africa. We are expecting Ghanaians to see the chamber's business activity as one that should be reckoned with, a force to reckon with.
Dominic, we're so grateful that you joined us. Many thanks for your time.